Hi everybody, welcome to this video on the chapter of magnetic effect of current. We'll start this chapter by understanding the direction of magnetic field around a current carrying wire. कैसे आप यहाँ डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that magnetic field lines are closed circular loops and these circular loops are formed around the wire carrying the electric current. Guys, to find the direction of this magnetic field, all we need to do is we need to take the right hand thumb and we need to point it in the direction of electric current. तो गैस अगर आप लेफ्ट हैंड डायग्राम देखोगे तो डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट इज अपवर्ड्स, सो राइट हैंड थंब शुड बी पॉइंटेड इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन एंड देन इन दिस केस द राइट हैंड कर्ल्ड फिंगर्स विल गिव यू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. तो गैस आप ट्राई करके देख सकते हो दैट व्हेन यू पुट योर राइट हैंड थंब इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, the direction of your right hand curled fingers will be in the yellow color arrow direction marked on the screen. Similarly guys, when current is flowing in the downward direction, then in that case we'll point our right hand thumb in the downward direction and the right hand curled fingers will curl in such a way that you will have the direction of magnetic field in the direction of blue color arrow which is marked on the screen. So guys, in summary आपको बस ये ध्यान में रखना है that whenever there is a current carrying wire, there is magnetic field around this wire and this magnetic field are closed circular loops, and to find the direction of this magnetic field we need to point the right hand thumb in the direction of electric current and the right hand curled fingers will give us the direction of magnetic field. So with this we have completed the first slide. Let's move ahead to the second slide. Yes students, in this slide we will check the direction of magnetic field due to a circular loop carrying current. Guys, whenever we have a circular loop carrying current, we need to curl the right hand fingers in the direction of electric current, and in this case the right hand thumb will give us the direction of magnetic field. तो गैस यहाँ पे लेफ्ट साइड डायग्राम में अगर हम राइट हैंड के फिंगर्स को कर्ल कर दें इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, देन आवर राइट हैंड थंब विल पॉइंट टुवर्ड्स राइट एंड देयरफॉर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विल बी इन द राइट डायरेक्शन. लेकिन गैस मैंने आपको बताया था दैट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस आर क्लोज लूप्स एंड देयरफॉर these magnetic field lines will move towards right, they will form a complete circle and they will complete themselves around this circular current carrying loop. Guys, इसको आप बहुत easily visualize कर सकते हो through this diagram. Similarly guys, in the right side diagram, if we curl our right hand fingers in the direction of electric current, then our thumb will point towards left. This means that in this case magnetic field lines will be towards left. लेकिन guys फिर से ये जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस हैं दे विल मूव टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट, दे विल हैव अ सर्कल एंड दे विल कंप्लीट देमसेल्व्स अराउंड द सर्कुलर करंट कैरिंग लूप. ये डायग्राम मैंने यहाँ पे अभी कंप्लीट कर दिया. सो विद दिस वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट वेन एवर वी हैव अ स्ट्रेट वायर, देन द राइट हैंड थंब विल पॉइंट इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट and the right hand curl fingers will give you the direction of magnetic field, and whenever we have circular current carrying loops, the right hand curl fingers will be the direction of current and the right hand thumb will give us the direction of magnetic field. Guys, in both cases we need to make sure that we understand that magnetic field lines are closed loops. So with this we have completed this concept. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will learn about Biot-Savart law. Guys, we have already seen that whenever we have a current carrying wire, a magnetic field is created around this wire. Now guys, to find the value of this magnetic field at some random point P, we are going to use Biot-Savart law. Students, to understand Biot-Savart law, we are going to mark a small vector dl which is in the same direction as the direction of current, and then from this vector dl we will draw another vector r which will point towards point P. Now guys, after we have marked these two vectors, we can easily find magnetic field at point P, which will be given by mu naught I by 4 pi into dl cross r divided by r cube. Guys, आप यहाँ notice कर सकते हो that we are taking cross product of vector dl and vector r. इसका मतलब guys, जो final answer होगा it will be perpendicular to both vector dl as well as vector r. This means that the direction of magnetic field will be perpendicular to the plane in which we have vector dl and vector r. So in simple terms, magnetic field will be either inside the screen or outside the screen. कैसे ये जो वैल्यू है ये हमें ध्यान में रखना है According to Biot-Savart law, magnetic field at point P is given by mu naught I by 4 pi into, inside the bracket, dl vector cross r vector whole divided by r cube. So with this we have completed Biot-Savart law. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this fourth slide we are going to look at magnetic field at point P in front of a finite current carrying wire. Guys, आप यहाँ डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that we have marked a point P which is at perpendicular distance A from this finite current carrying wire. Also guys, from this point P we have two angles theta 1 and theta 2 with the corners of this wire. So guys, once we mark these angles, magnetic field at point P is directly given by mu naught I upon 4 pi A into, inside the bracket, sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. गाइस, इसका जो प्रूफ है वो बायट-सवर्ट लॉ से आता है एंड हमें बस ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है दैट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन विच मीन्स इट विल बी इनसाइड द स्क्रीन. अगर आप अपने राइट हैंड के थंब को पॉइंट करो इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, देन योर राइट हैंड कर्ल्ड फिंगर्स विल पॉइंट इन सच अ वे दैट एट पॉइंट P magnetic field will go inside the screen and the value of this magnetic field is given by mu naught I by 4 pi A into, inside the bracket, sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. Guys, यहाँ पे A is perpendicular distance to point P and theta 1 and theta 2 are the angles that point P makes with the ends of the wire. So with this we have completed this slide. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this fifth slide we are going to look at magnetic field due to an infinite current carrying wire at perpendicular distance A from the wire. कैसे यहाँ पे जो पॉइंट P है वहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की वैल्यू निकालने के लिए वी विल यूज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ड्यू टू फाइनाइट वायर एंड इन दैट फॉर्मूला वी विल सब्सटीट्यूट थीटा 1 एंड थीटा 2 बोथ एज 90 डिग्रीज. कैसे बिकॉज दिस इज एन इनफाइनाइट वायर, जो एंगल बनेगा पॉइंट P का विद द एंड्स ऑफ द वायर it will be almost 90 degrees. So once we substitute theta 1 and theta 2 both as 90 degrees, we'll get the final answer of magnetic field at point P as mu naught I divided by 2 pi A. फिर से आपको ये बताना चाहूँगा कि distance A is the perpendicular distance from the wire to point P. And guys, we need to make sure that we understand that this proof comes from magnetic field of finite wire. आपको बस एंगल 1 एंड एंगल 2 दोनों 90 डिग्रीज डालने हैं और आपका ये फाइनल आंसर आ जाएगा म्यू नॉट आई अपॉन 2 पाई ए. सो विद दिस वी हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस स्लाइड एज वेल. लेट्स मूव अहेड टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. Yes students, in this slide we will check the value of magnetic field at point P in front of a semi-infinite wire. क्या semi-infinite wire का ये मतलब है that this wire will go towards infinity in the upward direction and its lower point is in front of point P. Guys, in such a case, we'll take the first angle theta 1 as 90 degrees and the second angle will be equal to 0 degrees. Guys, second angle equal to 0 degrees इसीलिए है because the bottom of the wire is exactly in front of point P. Now, if we substitute these values into the formula of magnetic field due to finite wire, we'll get the final answer of magnetic field as mu naught I divided by 4 pi A. So guys, in summary, whenever we have point P in front of a semi-infinite wire, magnetic field at point P is given by mu naught I upon 4 pi A. So with this we have completed this slide as well. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this seventh slide we are going to check the value of magnetic field on the axis of a circular wire carrying current. कैसे आप यहाँ डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that at a distance x on the axis of the circular wire, magnetic field will be given by the formula mu naught I upon 4 pi multiplied by 2 pi a square divided by a square plus x square raised to 3 by 2. Guys, यहाँ पे जो value a है, it is the radius of this circle and value x is the distance of the point P along the axis of this circular wire. Guys, यहाँ पे जो magnetic field का direction होगा उसको find out करने के लिए we will curl the right hand fingers in the direction of electric current and the direction of right hand thumb will give us the direction of magnetic field. Guys, हमें बस ये ध्यान में रखना है that at point P magnetic field is given by the equation mu naught I by 4 pi into 2 pi a square divided by a square plus x square raised to 3 by 2, where a is the radius of the circle and distance x is the distance along the axis of this circular wire. So with this we have completed this concept. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will check the value of magnetic field at the center of a circular current carrying wire. Guys, to find the value of magnetic field at the center of this circular wire, we need to use the formula of magnetic field on the axis of a circular wire. In this formula, we will substitute the value of x as equal to 0, and through this, we'll find the value of magnetic field at the center of the circle. Guys, the value of magnetic field comes out as mu naught I divided by 2a. Guys, आपको ये चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है that even in this formula, the value a is the radius of this circle. Guys, यहाँ पे भी आपको magnetic field का direction अगर निकालना है, you need to point the right hand curl fingers in the direction of electric current, and the right hand thumb will give you the direction of magnetic field. So in this case, if you curl your right hand fingers in the direction of current, right hand thumb will come outside the screen, and therefore magnetic field at point P will point outside the screen, and its value will be given by mu naught I upon 2a, where a is the radius of this circle. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will check the value of magnetic field at the center of a circular arc carrying current. Guys, to find the value of magnetic field at point P, we are simply going to use the formula of magnetic field at the center of a circular wire, and then we'll multiply this by a small ratio. Guys, to find the value of magnetic field at point P, we will write the formula of circular wire, which is given by mu naught I upon 2a, and then we'll multiply this by theta upon 360 degrees. Guys, यहाँ पे हम simple ratio and proportion कर रहे हैं. If the entire circular wire is giving us a magnetic field of mu naught I upon 2a at the center, then the circular arc will give us a magnetic field which will be in the same proportion. तो हमें बस मल्टीप्लाई बाय थीटा अपॉन 360 करना है और हमें फाइनल आंसर मिल जाएगा. सो गाइज, इन समरी, द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एट द सेंटर ऑफ अ सर्कुलर आर्क कैरिंग करंट इज गिवन बाय म्यू नॉट आई अपॉन 2a into theta upon 360 degrees. With this, we have completed this slide. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. In this slide, we are going to look at magnetic field on the axis of solenoid. Guys, solenoid is a rod along which we are going to coil a wire in the form of a helix. तो आप यहाँ देख सकते हो that along this rod, a wire of yellow color has been coiled, in which all red color points represent the points where the current is coming outside the screen, and all blue color crosses represent the point where current is going inside the screen. Guys, once current flows through this circular wire, magnetic field will be created inside the solenoid, and the value of this magnetic field at point P can be found by using the formula mu naught small ni upon 2 into inside the bracket cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Guys, in this formula, n represents number of turns per unit length, I represents the current in these circular wires, and guys, theta 1 and theta 2 are the angle made by point P with the ends of the solenoid. इसमें बस आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है that angle theta 1 is taken from right side and angle theta 2 is also taken from right side towards the left end. यानी कि guys, दोनों angles आपको anti clockwise direction में लेने हैं from positive x axis. So in summary, whenever we have a solenoid, magnetic field on the axis of solenoid is given by mu naught small ni by 2 into inside the bracket cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. Guys, n represents number of turns per unit length. So with this, we have completed this slide. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. In this slide, we will look at the formula of magnetic field inside a long solenoid. Guys, to find magnetic field inside a long solenoid, we will use the formula of magnetic field on axis of solenoid, and in that formula, we will substitute theta 1 as 0 degrees and theta 2 as 180 degrees. Guys, ये substitution हम इसीलिए कर रहे हैं because if we have a long solenoid, then the angle made by any point P inside the solenoid will be 0 degrees with one end and 180 degrees with the other end. So guys, on doing this substitution, we'll get the answer of magnetic field inside the solenoid as mu naught small ni. Guys, ये फॉर्मूला बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड इसमें n रिप्रेजेंट्स नंबर ऑफ टर्न्स पर यूनिट लेंथ. Guys, apart from this, we also need to understand that magnetic field outside the long solenoid is taken as zero. Guys, in reality, बाहर जो magnetic field है वो zero नहीं होती, but the magnetic field inside the long solenoid is too high and magnetic field outside the solenoid will actually be quite small in comparison to this value. इसीलिए guys, we approximate it to be equal to zero. So guys, in summary, inside a long solenoid, magnetic field is given by mu naught small ni, and outside the solenoid, magnetic field is equal to zero. So with this, we have completed this slide. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. In this slide, we will look at the value of magnetic field inside and outside a toroid. Guys, to imagine a toroid, we can imagine a donut, and around this donut, we are going to coil a wire through which we'll pass current. तो आप यहाँ डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that once current flows through the yellow color wire, all red color points will represent the current coming outside the screen, and all blue color crosses will represent the current going inside the screen. Guys, once current flows in this yellow color wire, magnetic field will be created inside the toroid, and its value comes out as mu naught small ni. Again guys, n represents number of turns per unit length. Guys, यहाँ पे हमें सेम फॉर्मूला इसीलिए मिलता है बिकॉज टोरॉइड इज नथिंग बट एन एंडलेस सोलोनॉइड. गैस, ये ऐसा सोलोनॉइड है जिसका कोई स्टार्ट या एंड नहीं है, एंड देयरफॉर द वैल्यू ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इनसाइड द टोरॉइड is the same value as the value of magnetic field inside a long solenoid. And guys, similarly, magnetic field outside a toroid will become equal to zero. So guys, in summary, toroid के अंदर जो magnetic field होगी, it will be same as the magnetic field of long solenoid, which is mu naught small ni, where n represents number of turns per unit length, and magnetic field outside a toroid will be equal to zero. So with this, we have completed this slide. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. Now we are going to look at Ampere's circuital law. Guys, according to Ampere's circuital law, if we have an imaginary loop, then closed loop integration of B dot dl is equal to mu naught into I enclosed. तो guys, इस फॉर्मूला को समझने के लिए let's take a simple example. Guys, let's say we have an infinite current carrying wire and we need to find the magnetic field around this infinite current carrying wire. Guys, to find the magnetic field around this wire, I am going to create an imaginary loop which is represented by this yellow color. अब guys, हमें पता है that the direction of magnetic field will also be in the direction of this yellow color loop, and therefore the angle formed by magnetic field B and small element dl along this loop will always be same, and this will be equal to 0 degrees. Therefore guys, closed loop integration of B dot dl will simply become integration of B dot dl, and this value will be equal to mu naught into I enclosed. Guys, I enclosed is the total current flowing inside this loop, and this value is equal to I. So RHS of this equation will become mu naught I. Now guys, because this is a symmetrical loop around this infinite current carrying wire, तो यहाँ पे जो हर जगह पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगी वो सेम होगी, एंड देयरफॉर यू कैन टेक इट आउटसाइड द इंटीग्रेशन. सो दिस बिकम्स b इंटू इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ dl, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट आई. नाउ गाइस, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ dl विल सिंपली बिकम l, विच इज द लेंथ ऑफ द लूप, एंड देयरफॉर b इंटू l विल बिकम इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट आई. नाउ गाइस, टू फाइंड द लेंथ ऑफ दिस लूप वी नीड टू मार्क द रेडियस ऑफ दिस लूप. So let's say that the radius of this loop is represented by distance a, and therefore the length of this loop will be circumference of this circle, which is nothing but 2 pi a. So the value becomes b into 2 pi a is equal to mu naught I. Now we'll divide 2 pi a on the right hand side, and through this we'll obtain the value of magnetic field as mu naught I divided by 2 pi a. Guys, आप ध्यान में रख सकते हो कि मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इन फ्रंट ऑफ एन इन्फाइनाइट करंट कैरिंग वायर इज गिवन बाय म्यू नॉट आई अपॉन 2 पाई ए. इसको आप एम्पियर सर्किटल लॉ से भी प्रूफ कर सकते हो, जैसे मैंने अभी प्रूफ किया, या फिर आप बायट सेवर्ट लॉ से भी प्रूव कर सकते हो, जो हमने पहले डिस्कस किया है. So guys, in summary, whenever you need to find magnetic field around a symmetrical loop, we can mark this symmetrical loop and then we'll do closed loop integration of B dot dl, and this value will be equal to mu naught into I enclosed. So through this, we have completed the discussion of Ampere's circuital law. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. In this slide, we will look at the value of magnetic field due to an infinite cylindrical current carrying wire. Guys, यहाँ पे आप डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that we have an infinite cylindrical wire in which current I is flowing in the upward direction. Guys, due to this wire, magnetic field at any point outside this wire will be given by mu naught I divided by 2 pi A. Guys, A is the perpendicular distance from the point to the center of this cylindrical wire. Guys, अगर आप notice करोगे, this is the same formula of magnetic field in front of an infinite wire. तो हमें same formula use करना है even in the case of a cylindrical wire. Now guys, if we want to find magnetic field on the surface of this cylindrical wire, then all we need to do is we need to replace this A by capital R, which is the radius of the cylindrical wire. So this formula becomes mu naught I upon 2 pi capital R. And now guys, if we want to find magnetic field inside this cylindrical wire at some distance x from the center of the cylinder or from the axis of the cylinder, then in that case, we need to modify this formula in such a way that in the denominator, R will become R square, and then in the numerator, we will multiply by x. So magnetic field inside a cylindrical wire will be given by mu naught I upon 2 pi capital R square into small x. So guys, in summary, whenever you are outside a cylindrical wire, you just need to use the formula of infinite current carrying wire, and this formula of magnetic field is mu naught I upon 2 pi A. Now when you are on the surface of the cylindrical wire, you need to replace A in the denominator by capital R, which is the radius of the cylinder. So this formula becomes mu naught I upon 2 pi capital R. And whenever you are inside the cylindrical wire, you need to replace the denominator R by R square, and then you need to multiply by x in the numerator, where x is the distance of the point from the axis of cylinder. So with this, we have completed all the three formulas of cylindrical current carrying wire. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. In this slide, we will look at Lorentz force acting on a charge entering a magnetic field. Guys, आप यहाँ diagram में देख सकते हो that magnetic field is represented by yellow color crosses, which means that the magnetic field is inside the screen. And when a charge with velocity v enters this magnetic field, it will be experiencing a force which is given by Lorentz formula. Guys, this force experienced by the charge will be given by Q into inside the bracket V क्रॉस B. इसका मतलब गाइस, हमें वेलोसिटी एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इन दोनों का क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट लेना है, एंड देयरफॉर द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू बोथ वेलोसिटी एज वेल एज मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. Also guys, whenever force is perpendicular to velocity, we will have some form of circular motion, and we'll observe this in the next slide. So guys, in summary, whenever a charge enters a magnetic field with velocity v, it will be acted upon by a force, and this force is given by the equation Q into V cross B, which can also be written as QVB sine theta. So guys, with this we have completed this slide. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes, students. So now we need to discuss three cases to understand Lorentz force acting on a charge entering a magnetic field. Guys, in the first case, if the velocity of charge is in the same direction as that of the magnetic field, then the angle between velocity and magnetic field vector will be equal to 0. Therefore, guys, Lorentz force will be given by QVB sine 0. Because sine of 0 is equal to 0, force acting on the charge will become 0. इसका मतलब guys, if the charge is having velocity which is in the same direction as that of the magnetic field, then there is no force acting on this charge. Guys, because there is no force acting on this charge, the motion of this charge will be a straight line motion. In other words, charge will enter the magnetic field, move in a straight line, and it will exit the magnetic field. So with this we have completed the first case. Let's move ahead to the next case. Yes students, in the second case, charge is entering the magnetic field at an angle of 90 degrees. कैसे आप यहाँ डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that magnetic field is inside the screen which is represented by yellow color crosses and the charge is having velocity towards right side. Guys, यहाँ पे velocity and magnetic field will make an angle of 90 degrees and in such a case the force acting on the charge will be given by QVB sin 90 degrees. Sin 90 is equal to 1, so the total force will become QVB. Now guys, because this is cross product of velocity and magnetic field, इसका मतलब ये जो force है it will be perpendicular to both velocity as well as magnetic field. Guys, whenever force is perpendicular to velocity, we will have circular motion, and in this circular motion we can easily find out the radius of the circle. For this guys, we need to understand that this force QVB is the centripetal force acting on the charge, and therefore QVB will become equal to mv square by r. Now guys, on solving this, we'll obtain the radius of the circular motion as r is equal to mv upon qb. Guys, in this formula, m is the mass of charge, v is the velocity of charge, q is the charge, and b is the magnetic field. So guys, in summary, whenever a charge enters a magnetic field at right angle, then it will experience circular motion, and the radius of this circle will be given by mv upon qb. So with this we have completed the second case. Let's move ahead to the third case. Yes students, in this third case we have a charge with velocity v which is entering the magnetic field at angle theta. Guys, whenever a charge enters a magnetic field at some angle theta, its velocity will have two components. One will be v cos theta, which is in the direction of magnetic field, and the other will be v sin theta, which is perpendicular to magnetic field. तो गैस, ये जो v sin theta का कंपोनेंट है it will result in circular motion, and जो v cos theta का कंपोनेंट है it will keep the charge moving forward. So guys, the combination of these two factors will result in a motion known as helical motion. Guys, in this helical motion we need to find two factors. One is radius of helix and the other is pitch of helix. So guys, to find the radius of helix, we will use a similar formula to case 2. This formula is given by radius of helix is equal to mv sin theta divided by qb. Guys, हमने case 2 में देखा था that radius of circular motion is given by mv upon qb. तो यहाँ पे जो v है हमें उसको replace करना है by v sin theta, which is the component of velocity which is perpendicular to magnetic field. Guys, once we find radius of helix, we also need to find pitch of helix. Guys, pitch of helix is the distance covered by charge when one complete circular motion has taken place. तो ये जो distance है इसको मैंने diagram में mark कर दिया है, and this pitch can be calculated by using a similar formula. Pitch of helix is given by mv cos theta divided by qb into 2 pi. Guys, यहाँ पे जो v cos theta है, this is the component of velocity which is parallel to magnetic field. तो आपको रेडियस ऑफ हेलिक्स का फॉर्मूला ध्यान में रखना है विच इज mv sin theta upon qb. And guys, to remember the formula of pitch of helix, you just need to replace v sin theta by v cos theta, and then you need to multiply by 2 pi. So with this we have completed this third case as well. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will check the time period of charge having circular motion when it enters a magnetic field at some angle. कैसे हमने लास्ट के स्लाइड्स में देखा था that when a charge enters a magnetic field at 90 degrees, it will have pure circular motion, and in this case time period can be found by using a simple concept. Time period is equal to total distance upon velocity. So in one circle total distance will be 2 pi r, and when this is divided by velocity we will obtain the time period. Guys, the formula for r was mv upon qb. On substituting this formula, we will obtain the formula for time period as 2 pi m divided by qb. Guys, ये formula आपको ध्यान में रखना है. Now guys, if we have helical motion, even in that case, this is the same formula of time period. Guys, helical motion में time period will be given by 2 pi r divided by v sine theta, because we need to take that velocity component which is involved in circular motion. अब गैस यहाँ पे r का फॉर्मूला होता है mv sin theta upon qb. Again v sin theta will cancel out and again time period will be 2 pi m divided by qb. So guys, in summary, whenever a charge is having circular motion due to magnetic field, its time period is given by 2 pi m divided by qb. So with this we have completed this slide. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will discuss the force acting on a current carrying wire in a magnetic field. Guys, let's say we have a magnetic field which is going inside the screen, and now if we place a current carrying wire in this magnetic field, then there will be a force acting on this wire. This force is given by the equation I into inside the bracket L cross B. Guys, in this formula we need to take cross product of L and magnetic field B. The direction of L will be the same as the direction of current. एंड गाइस यहाँ पे जो फोर्स एक्ट कर रहा है वायर पे, उसका रीज़न समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. गाइस, व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ करंट कैरिंग वायर, उसका खुद का एक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्रिएट होगा, एंड दिस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड व्हेन इट इंटरैक्ट्स with the other magnetic field which has been marked with yellow color crosses, there will be a force acting on this wire. Guys, in this particular case, magnetic field is inside the screen and current is in the plane of this screen. Therefore guys, the angle between magnetic field and current will be 90 degrees, and therefore this equation will become F is equal to ILB sin 90 degrees, and therefore the force acting on wire will be ILB. अब गैस इसका जो डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स है उसके लिए हम लोग राइट हैंड रूल यूज करेंगे. गैस, द राइट हैंड फर्स्ट फिंगर शुड पॉइंट इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट विच इज अपवर्ड्स. द राइट हैंड मिडल फिंगर should be inside the screen which is magnetic field, and the right hand thumb will give us the direction of force. So in this particular case, force will be acting in the left direction. So guys, in summary, whenever you keep a current carrying wire in a magnetic field, then there will be a force acting on this wire, and this force will be given by the equation ILB sin theta, or in other words, I into L cross B. So with this we have completed this slide as well. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we are going to look at an interesting case of force between two parallel current carrying wires. Guys, यहाँ आप डायग्राम में देख सकते हो that we have two parallel wires having currents I1 and I2. Both of these currents are in the same direction, and both of these wires are separated by distance A. Guys, in this case, magnetic field of one wire will interact with the magnetic field of other wire, and due to this a force of attraction will be created between the two wires. Guys, मैं force of attraction इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ because both of these wires have current in the same direction. Let me explain this to you. Guys, अगर आप लेफ्ट हैंड वायर को ऑब्जर्व करोगे, उसका जो करंट है इट इज इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो इफ यू पॉइंट योर राइट हैंड थंब इन द अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन, right hand curl fingers will give you the direction of magnetic field. तो गैस, ये जो ब्लू कलर से मैंने मार्क किया है, this will be the direction of magnetic field due to wire 1. This magnetic field will interact with current I2 in such a way that this magnetic field is going inside the screen at current I2. अब गैस, करंट I2 के ऊपर जो फोर्स का डायरेक्शन होगा उसके लिए हम राइट हैंड रूल यूज करेंगे. We will point the right hand first finger in the direction of I2. The right hand middle finger will go inside the screen because the magnetic field is going inside the screen, and the right hand thumb will point towards the left hand side. इसका मतलब guys, जो I2 वायर है it will be attracted towards I1. Similarly guys, जो I1 वायर है it will also be attracted towards I2 because according to Newton's third law, every action has equal and opposite reaction. So guys, ये जो force of attraction है between these two wires, this can be found by using a simple formula. Force per unit length will be equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi A. अब guys, ये जो फॉर्मूला है इसका प्रूफ बहुत सिंपल है. आपको पहले वायर का जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है वो लिखना है. सो पहले वायर का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगा mu naught I divided by 2 pi A. This is the formula of magnetic field due to infinite wire. And guys, जो सेकेंड वायर के ऊपर फोर्स लगेगा, दिस कैन बी फाउंड बाय यूजिंग द इक्वेशन I2L B1. गैस यहाँ पे हम I2 करंट इसीलिए ले रहे हैं बिकॉज वी आर फाइंडिंग द फोर्स ऑन करंट I2. एंड गैस यहाँ B1 इसीलिए लिख रहे हैं बिकॉज द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड B1 is acting on I2. So once you substitute this formula of B1, you will obtain the force of attraction as mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi A into L. अब L को हम लेफ्ट में डिवाइड करेंगे, सो यू विल ऑब्टेन फोर्स पर यूनिट लेंथ एज इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट I1 I2 डिवाइडेड बाय 2 pi A. So guys, in summary, whenever you have two parallel wires, then the force of attraction between the two wires can be given by F by L is equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi A. Now guys, I also want to tell you one more thing. अगर यहाँ पे जो दोनों वायर्स हैं उसमें अगर करंट का डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है, then in that case there will be a force of repulsion, and this force of repulsion per unit length will also be given by the same formula. So that formula will be F by L is equal to mu naught I1 I2 divided by 2 pi A. So with this we have completed this case. Let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we will check the torque acting on a current carrying loop placed in a magnetic field. कैसे यहाँ आप डायग्राम में देख सकते हो दैट वी हैव अ करंट कैरिंग लूप विद करंट I and it is placed in a magnetic field B. Now guys, whenever there is an angle between the area vector and the magnetic field B, there will be a torque acting on this loop which will be given by the equation torque is equal to M cross B. Guys, in this case, M is known as magnetic moment and B is the magnetic field. So this magnetic moment is given by the equation NIA, where N is number of turns of the loop, I is the current and A is the area of this loop. अब guys, ये जो area है ये एक वेक्टर क्वांटिटी होता है. Therefore I said that there should be an angle between the area vector and the magnetic field. So guys, this torque will become equal to MB sin theta, where theta is the angle between M and B. In other words, theta is the angle between area vector and magnetic field B. Now guys, to find the direction of area vector, you need to curl your right hand fingers in the direction of current and your right hand thumb will give you the direction of the area vector. So guys, यहाँ पे आपको बस ये समझना है कि whenever there is an angle between the area vector and magnetic field B, there will be a torque acting on this loop and this torque will be equal to M cross B, or it can also be written as MB sin theta. आपको एक और चीज़ ध्यान में रखनी है दैट दिस M इज नोन एज मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट एंड इट इज गिवन बाय द इक्वेशन NIA. So with this we have completed this slide as well. Now let's move ahead to the next slide. Yes students, in this slide we are going to understand the working of a moving coil galvanometer. Guys, in a moving coil galvanometer we will have a loop which is placed between a magnetic field. Guys, in this case, whenever a small current flows through this loop, there will be interaction between the magnetic field of this loop and the original magnetic field between the north and south pole. Guys, whenever there is interaction between these two fields, there will be a torque which will start acting on this current carrying loop. हमने लास्ट स्लाइड में भी देखा था that this torque acting on the loop will be given by the equation M cross B, where M is known as magnetic moment of the loop and magnetic moment of loop is given by the equation NIA, where N is number of turns of loop, I is the small current flowing through the loop and A is the area vector of this loop. Now guys, if we substitute this value, we'll obtain the overall torque as torque is equal to NIAB. guys, यहाँ पे हम इस तरह से कंस्ट्रक्शन करते हैं that area vector will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. Therefore guys, sin 90 will become 1 and therefore total torque acting on the loop will be given by NIAB. Now guys, because of this torque, this loop will try to rotate. But when it tries to rotate, we have connected this loop through a phosphor bronze wire to the supports at the both ends. Due to this, phosphor bronze will try to resist this rotation. In other words, it will apply a restoring torque. This restoring torque will be proportional to the angle of twist, and this restoring torque can be given by the equation C into theta, where C is known as torsional constant and theta is the angle of twist in the phosphor bronze wire. Now guys, both of these torque will balance each other and therefore the overall equation will become NIAB is equal to C theta. So guys, this is the main equation of a moving coil galvanometer. Now guys, if we find the value of theta upon I, this comes out as equal to NAB upon C, and this is known as current sensitivity of the galvanometer. Guys, current sensitivity is defined as the angle of twist caused by 1 ampere of current which flows through the galvanometer. So this value of theta upon I is known as current sensitivity, and if we want current sensitivity to be high, then the value of torsional constant C should be small, and therefore we use phosphor bronze wire, as for phosphor bronze the value of C is quite small. Similarly guys, if we want to find voltage sensitivity, we need to find the equation theta upon V. Since V is equal to IR, the final equation of theta upon V will become NAB upon CR, where R is the resistance of the loop. So guys, in summary, for a moving coil galvanometer, the torque acting on the loop is given by the equation NIAB. This torque will be balanced by the restoring torque, which is given by C theta. So the overall equation is NIAB is equal to C theta. And guys, for this galvanometer, current sensitivity is given by theta upon I, which is equal to NAB upon C, and voltage sensitivity is given by theta upon V, which is equal to NAB upon CR. So with this guys, we have completed this entire chapter. I hope you had a lot of fun watching this video. I will see you in the next video.